What if the ocean's most fearsome predator never vanished? Imagine you're on a serene boat ride, the waves sparkling under the sun, when a massive fin, bigger than a pickup truck, cuts through the water, heading your way. That's the Megalodon, a shark so enormous it could swallow a whale in one gulp. In this video, we're plunging into a world where Megalodons still dominate the seas, exploring their epic reign, how they'd reshape our oceans, and whether humans could ever share the planet with these colossal beasts. Let's dive into who, or what, the Megalodon was. Officially named Carcharocles megalodon, this prehistoric titan ruled the oceans from about 23 million to 3.6 million years ago, spanning the Miocene to Pliocene epochs. It wasn't just a big shark, it was the largest predatory fish in history, with some growing up to 60 feet long, roughly the length of a school bus. For comparison, today's largest great white sharks max out at about 20 feet. Female megalodons were often larger, with estimates ranging from 45 to 59 feet based on fossilized teeth and jaw fragments. No complete skeletons exist because shark skeletons are cartilage, not bone, and don't fossilize well. Their teeth were a nightmare, 7 inches long, serrated like steak knives, and designed to crush bone with a bite force of 182,000 newtons, about 10 times stronger than a great white's bite and more powerful than a T-Rex's 40,000-pound chomp. Megalodons were global predators, patrolling nearly every ocean except the frigid polar regions. Juveniles, still a hefty 10 to 20 feet, hunted in warm coastal waters, snapping up seals, sea lions, and smaller fish. Adults ventured deeper, targeting massive prey like whales, sea turtles, and even other sharks. To sustain their bulk, they needed about 2,500 pounds of food daily, equivalent to 10,000 cheeseburgers or a small whale. Their diet was diverse. Small fish were inhaled in swarms, but the real feast came from crunching through whale blubber or cracking turtle shells. Imagine the sound of that bite, like a car being crushed in a junkyard. No predator could challenge them, not even the carnivorous whales of their time, making megalodons the undisputed kings of the seas. To understand why megalodons thrived, let's set the stage. During the Miocene, the oceans were a buffet of biodiversity. Warm, nutrient-rich waters teemed with life, from tiny krill to massive marine mammals like early baleen whales, aquatic sloths, and manatee-like sea cows. The oceans were a battleground of apex predators long before Megalodon. In the Cambrian era, 500 million years ago, creatures like Anomalocaris, a shrimp-like arthropod, ruled. Later, in the Devonian, 400 million years ago, the armored fish Dunkleosteus dominated with its bone-crushing jaws. By the time dinosaurs roamed, giant reptiles like Liopleurodon and Mosasaurus terrorized the seas. When these reptiles went extinct 66 million years ago, megalodons filled the void, reigning for 20 million years. Their success came from their size, speed. They could hit 20 miles per hour in bursts, and those terrifying jaws, which let them outcompete any rival. So, how did this invincible predator vanish? Around 3.6 million years ago, during the Pliocene, the Earth entered a cooling phase, triggering an ice age. This wasn't just a chilly day at the beach. Global temperatures dropped, locking water into glaciers and lowering sea levels by up to 300 feet. This shrank coastal habitats, critical for megalodon nurseries where young sharks grew safely. The formation of the Isthmus of Panama, a land bridge connecting North and South America, was a game changer. For millions of years, marine life flowed freely between the Atlantic and Pacific, near the equator. When this land emerged due to tectonic activity, it blocked ocean currents, including the nutrient-rich Gulf Stream. This is why the Atlantic and Pacific have such different ecosystems today. Without these nutrients, many species, including megalodons' prey like dwarf baleen whales and aquatic sloths, went extinct or migrated to colder waters. Megalodons, being ectotherms, cold-blooded, struggled in cooler seas. Their massive size required warm waters to maintain body temperature, and their slow reproduction rates, likely giving birth to live pups after long gestation periods, made adaptation tough. Smaller, more versatile predators like great white sharks, 20 feet long, and tiger sharks moved in, thriving on abundant smaller prey like fish and seals. These sharks could venture into cooler waters, needing less food, about 100 pounds daily for a great white. Some scientists even suggest great whites and tiger sharks preyed on juvenile megalodons, reducing their numbers before they could mature. Another wild theory, a supernova 3.5 million years ago may have bathed Earth in muon radiation, causing genetic mutations in slow-reproducing species like Megalodon. While intriguing, this lacks solid evidence. The real killer was likely the combination of food scarcity, habitat loss, and competition, which sent Megalodon into a slow decline until the last one swam its final lap. Now, let's tackle the big question. Could megalodons still be out there? Cryptozoology fans love to speculate they're hiding in places like the Mariana Trench, the deepest spot on Earth at 7 miles down, 1,500 miles long, and 43 miles wide. It's a compelling idea. The ocean is vast, and we've only explored 5% of it. The giant squid, once a myth, was filmed in 2006, a 59-foot, 1-ton beast. So, could a megalodon be lurking? Probably not. Megalodon teeth are among the most common marine fossils, but none are younger than 3.6 million years. No modern whale carcasses bear 10-foot bite marks, and baby megalodons hunting in shallow waters would be hard to miss. A 20-foot baby shark would make headlines. The Mariana Trench's extreme conditions, 8 tons per square inch of pressure, total darkness, and scalding 572 degrees Fahrenheit vents, support only small, specialized creatures like translucent jellyfish and holothurians, not a 60-foot shark needing 2,500 pounds of food daily. To survive there, Megalodon would need to evolve into a bioluminescent, long-lived creature, which is more fantasy than science. Picture a glowing shark the size of a submarine. Cool, but unlikely. Let's imagine a world where megalodons still rule. Picture a fishing crew hauling in a net packed with high-value fish, worth thousands at market, when a 50-foot megalodon breaches, ripping the net away and nearly flipping the boat. The crew's day is ruined, and they limp back to shore for repairs. This would be routine in a megalodon-filled world. These sharks would outmuscle every other predator, likely eating great whites and tiger sharks like snacks. Their only rival? Sperm whales, the largest living predators at 60 feet, famous from Moby Dick. In a megalodon versus sperm whale face-off, the shark's sharper bite and agility would likely win, but the whale's thicker skin and endurance make it a close call. Think of it as a heavyweight boxing match. Since sperm whales hunt deep-sea squid and megalodons prefer surface-dwelling whales, they'd probably steer clear of each other. Humans would face a scarier ocean. Juvenile megalodons, 10 to 20 feet long, would patrol coasts, mistaking swimmers for seals. Today, shark attacks are rare, about 80 unprovoked attacks globally each year, with 5 to 10 fatalities. With megalodons, that number could skyrocket. A single bite, even a curious one, could be lethal given their 7-inch teeth. Beach vacations might lose their charm, with resorts posting megalodon warning signs. Activities like scuba diving and snorkeling would shift to inland lakes or heavily protected zones. But your cruise vacation? Safe. Modern cruise ships, some over 1,000 feet long and weighing 200,000 tons, are too massive for a megalodon to tackle. They'd likely swim away, thinking, that's no whale. Cruise buffets and Phantom on Ice shows are still on, folks. Rewind to the age of sail, and megalodons would have been a maritime nightmare. Wooden ships of the 15th to 18th centuries, like Columbus's Santa Maria, 62 feet long, could be sunk by a megalodon's accidental bump or exploratory bite. Their jaws could exert enough force to snap oak planks like twigs. This could have disrupted trade routes, delayed colonization, or even redrawn global maps. Imagine the Americas staying undiscovered longer. By the 19th century, ships might carry harpoons or early cannons to fend off giant fins. The Industrial Revolution would accelerate the shift to metal-hulled ships, like the SS Great Eastern, 692 feet long, tough enough to withstand a megalodon's bite. Though a full-force chomp could dent steel, they'd likely nibble and move on, unimpressed by the taste of iron. Still, their bulk could capsize smaller vessels, making sea travel a high-stakes gamble. The Titanic, likely safe, but one disaster, say a megalodon sinking a liner, could have spurred faster development of reinforced hulls and sonar tech. Today, humans would likely flip the script. Megalodons need 2,500 pounds of food daily, but global overfishing, 90 million tons of fish caught annually, would starve their hunting grounds. In the past, humans might have hunted megalodons relentlessly, as we did with whales, pushing them toward extinction by the 20th century. Conservation laws would likely place them on the endangered species list, with scientists tracking them via satellite tags, as we do with whales. Breeding programs in warm coastal waters, like the Caribbean or Mediterranean, could boost their numbers, though handling 60-foot sharks would be a logistical nightmare. Imagine a tank big enough for that. Climate change, warming oceans by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius since the 19th century, might create more habitats, but competition with fishing fleets would remain a threat. Society would adapt in wild ways. Hollywood would churn out shark terror blockbusters. Think Jaws on steroids, fueling public fear. Thrill seekers would pay thousands for Megalodon spotting tours, guided by experts with sonar and shark-repelling frequencies. Sign a waiver though. If you get eaten, they're not liable. Some might hunt them illegally despite bans, treating Megalodon as the ultimate trophy fish. High-end restaurants could serve Megalodon steaks, fetching $1,000 a plate for the rare delicacy. Ethical diners would riot and social media would explode. Meanwhile, fishing industries would face chaos, as Megalodons could destroy nets worth $10,000 each, driving up seafood prices. Coastal economies like those in Florida or Australia might pivot to inland tourism, promoting shark-free lakes for diving. What about resurrecting Megalodons? De-extinction is gaining traction. Scientists are exploring cloning for species like the Tasmanian tiger or woolly mammoth, using preserved DNA. For Megalodons, it's tougher. Their cartilaginous skeletons leave only teeth, with minimal DNA. Even if we extracted enough, recreating their prey-rich, warm-water habitat would be near impossible. A Jurassic Shark Park sounds thrilling, but the logistics and ethics are daunting. After Jurassic Park, we know how nothing can go wrong. Plus, public opinion would split. Conservationists would push to save a reintroduced species, while others would see a 60-foot shark as a liability. Would you vote for a Megalodon revival? Let me know below. If Megalodons still swam, they'd be the ocean's top dogs, dwarfing every other predator. But humans, with our tech and tenacity, would likely dominate. Coexistence would mean respecting their turf, avoiding their hunting grounds, and equipping ships with anti-shark tech. Their story shows how even the mightiest creatures can fall when ecosystems shift. Extinct or not, Megalodons fuel our fascination with the unknown, inspiring tales of sea monsters and what-if scenarios. They remind us that nature, not us, calls the shots in the deep though. Living with Megalodons would be a wild ride. Scarier beaches, fortified ships, and a world where the ocean feels a little less like our playground. Their extinction saved us from that chaos, but it also left a void in the seas, filled by smaller sharks and whales. Whether they're gone for good or hiding in some uncharted abyss, Megalodons still spark our imagination. So, would you brave a swim in their waters or stick to the kiddie pool? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you love this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more epic journeys into the unknown.